Welcome to Around the Pacific Northwest. I'm Grant Goodeve. Today we're going to visit one of the crown jewels of Puget Sound, San Juan Island. And what better way to arrive in style than on a Kenmore Air seaplane leaving here from Seattle's Lake Union. The flight north gives spectacular views of the San Juan Archipelago, 172 islands. But today we're going to visit just one of them, San Juan Island itself. Now you can get there by boat or private plane, but the regularly scheduled flights on Kenmore Air will get you there in just 45 minutes. So Tony, how old is this plane? Because I can see it's a little nicely worn.
It is. Grant, this plane is just over 50 years old. It was manufactured about 1954. A lot of the Beavers were manufactured in the 40s and 50s. And this particular model, or this particular aircraft, was the last manufactured aircraft of the Beaver fleet.
So this is going to be an historic flight.
Definitely a historic flight. Now, just a couple years ago, we're lucky enough that Kenmore restored this airplane to pristine condition, like new condition for us. So it really is one of the pride and joys of the fleet.
You can see that. And how long have you been flying?
I've been flying for just about 12 years now.
That's
and
good.
6 with Kenmore.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Well, you're a young man. I thought maybe you've been flying for a week or two. But
That's what they think, man.
Now, what do we expect to see on our flight up to San Juan Island?
Definitely most of the Puget Sound. We're going to exit out of here, Lake Union, start up through Puget Sound, the west side of Whidbey Island, Admiralty Inlet, over the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And of course, we'll get to see several of the San Juan Islands, including Orcas Island, San Juan Island, and Lopez Island. We'll try and stay right about 1,000 feet, give you the best view possible of all over, and great weather going up.
Located in the far northwest corner of the United States, the group of islands in the San Juan Archipelago are split between the Canadian Gulf Islands and the U.S. San Juan Islands. There are over 450 islands in the entire archipelago, but fewer than 1/6 of them are permanently inhabited. The name San Juan was given to the islands by the Spanish explorer Francisco de la Liza, who charted the islands in 1791.
Here we are in Friday Harbor, which is the first port of call for most visitors to San Juan Island. And many of the full-time residents here, 8,000 or so, will admit to falling in love at first sight. And Friday Harbor is where all the magic begins.
San Juan Island is the second largest and most populous of the San Juan Islands, with a land area in excess of 55 square miles. And Friday Harbor is the largest population center of the island. The islands are so rich in wildlife that you might not need to stray further than the harbor docks to find something of interest. Popeye is a longtime resident of Friday Harbor who rarely turns his nose up at a nice fish supper.
If you arrive on San Juan Island by ferry or seaplane and you want another fun way to travel around the island, there's nothing better than a moped. Right here from Susies Mopeds. Susie, tell me, how did you start this place?
Well, it was a small existing business in 1986. I was commercial fishing up here, walked by every day, bought the business. 26 years later, here we are.
26 years of mopeds.
Yes.
And how have they changed since they started?
At the beginning, we just had mopeds, and then in 2001, we got some little scoot cars. We've replaced them with the little scoot coupes that you'll be driving today.
Yeah.
And then just things keep changing.
And this is great. And do you get people who say this is probably one of the best things they did while they're on the island, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have repeat customers year after year. They just love these things. They make reservations. It's like a yearly trek from the Seattle area or whatever, just to come up and do our equipment. And I do love these new scoot coupes. They're just a kick in the pants. When we ever have guests up, we go out in the scoot coupes. We love them.
They're just almost the size of a smart car, so.
Almost, maybe not quite. They don't go quite as fast, but they're just great. They're just great.
Well, I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be truly a fun way to get around.
So let's get you on the road.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
See you a little later. Thanks so much, Susie. Woohoo! Hi there. Here we are at Lakedale Resort. They specialize in family camping trips. You know, family camping around the campfire. Yeah, arguing about who's going to put the tent up. Let's go in and see Carl Bruno and find out more about it. There he is now. Hey, Carl. It's Grant. You like my car? I know, I'm so hip. I'm so hip, I'm embarrassed. Woo. We're here at beautiful Lakedale Resort, and I'm here with Carl Bruno, who is the general manager. This really is a stunning place, and one of the things that you feature here is family camping. Can you tell us something about that?
Absolutely. There's numerous activities that happen here on the property, and of course the lake would be one of the prime features. The kids can swim, they can fish. We load the lakes with trout and bass every year. You can get on a paddleboard, you can get into a canoe, you can get into a rowboat, and then we have children's activities that happen every day as well. So we're very family friendly.
But you also have accommodations for all sorts of other guests. And what kind of accommodations will they find? Because there's a variety here.
There is a variety. So starts with our general campground area that has 77 campsites. From there we step up into what we call a canvas cabin, and the canvas cabin has an actual hardwood floor, has a real bed, nice. And has a lot of the comforts that you might find in a home. The next step up is a canvas cottage that is the same as the canvas cabin, however it has a full bathroom in it as well.
Excellent.
There really is a wide range of accommodations here at the resort, including these gorgeous log cabins, as well as the main lodge itself that has all the look and feel of a luxury getaway.
It has 10 guest rooms, 1 suite, and it's a very quiet environment to be in.
Another feature here is a beautiful place for a wedding.
Yes, as you can see, and far out in the distance there is what we call the point, and we have ceremonies out there regularly, and guests can come back to this lodge right here on this deck and have dinner and or their receptions here.
One of my favorite destinations on San Juan, Roche Harbor, is located just down the road from Lakedale. So a quick scoot in my coupe, and I was there.
Okay, old Nellie. Here we are at Roche Harbor, which during the summer, of course, is a great place to dock your boat. They've got artist booths all the way up and down here, great restaurants, and it's a real festive, wonderful place to visit. Yeah, I'm gonna go explore.
Located on the northwest side of the island, Roche Harbor provides one of the better protected anchorages on the island and is mostly 35 to 45 feet deep. Designated as a port of entry for pleasure boats, there is a Customs and Border Protection Agency here, with agents on duty throughout the summer months.
This is really one of the best places to come on San Juan Island. Friday Harbor has its own unique feel, but here, Roche Harbor, that's what summer's all about. Snug Harbor Marina is an ideal stopover for boaters and fishermen. It's located in sheltered Mitchell Bay, and it's one of only 2 marinas on the west side of San Juan Island. It's also very close to great whale watching, fishing, and crabbing. Now, the marina holds about 50 boats of varying sizes. It's great for year-round moorage, and the helpful staff will keep an eye on your boat while you explore the island. So I'm here with Ken Christensen, and he is the manager here at Snug Harbor Marina and Resort. This is a great, beautiful place.
Yes, it is. We love it.
I think we're actually sitting at the picnic table in what must be
The
a new cabin?
New Panaboat 2-bedroom.
How many of these are there?
There are 2 of the new ones, and then the older ones there's 2 also. 2-bedroom units with 2 twin-size beds and a queen-size bed, and then of course you have your pull-out couch in the living room.
Right.
Sleeps 5.
And what kind of things can people expect right here in the resort?
Great wildlife, absolutely beautiful people, a service that we like to say it's the best.
And wildlife, give me some specific examples.
Oh, whales just outside the harbor today. Of course, the eagles, the seals, otters, all over the place. Just a walk on a beach.
Right.
And occasionally a crazy family, and you can call them wildlife as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. The San Juans seem to attract artists from every genre, and some of the finest artwork you'll ever encounter is right here in the Pacific Northwest. Even if you don't create art yourself, I'm sure you will appreciate some of the amazing regional art, and you can find it right here at Waterworks Gallery in Friday Harbor. I'm going to go talk now to its owner, Ruth Offen.
Welcome to my gallery. This gallery has been on San Juan Island in Friday Harbor for 27 years, which is really pretty amazing. And I showcase kind of artists from British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and Friday Harbor when the artwork is available. I mount 8 shows a year here with invitation, great website, and we're all about showcasing the best of the island in a very relaxed environment that's beneficial for art. The great advantage of being up here in the country rather than the city is I don't have to pick a specific type of genre of art that I have to show.
Right.
I can go from abstract to landscape, you know, and everything kind of fun, punk in between. So.
And what does seem to sell or be the most popular year after year?
There is no such thing.
Well, see, I would think maybe landscapes, but not necessarily.
Well, I think people have liked landscape over the years because it's safe and it's tried and true. But once you've lived within a landscape, after a while you might actually want to take a chance on a painting that might have some forms that you understand, but it's a little more abstracted, because I think with abstract art it allows your mind to wander a little bit more. It's not so site specific,
Right.
and it can be a little bit more exciting. But again, it depends on what you fall in love with, because art is falling in love with something.
How affordable is this for the average tourist to Friday Harbor?
Well, most people are actually really delighted when they come into my gallery because, again, I like to use the word accessibly priced. So we have some wonderful works on paper that start at like $60, and we have a lot of fabulous paintings that are in the $2,000 to $5,000 price range. And we kind of stop about $15,000. It just depends on what you're looking for and what kind of collector you are.
But that's great. You have a wide spectrum.
Have to.
That's wonderful. Well, you've got, this place is just full up. It's beautiful. It's a great location. You got everything going for you, Ruth.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you need a little personality, but no, I'm just kidding. Kayaking is the fastest growing sport in the country and immensely popular around the world. But here in the San Juans, when you go kayaking, watch out for the whales. I'm here with Jason Gutter from Discovery Sea Kayaks. And Jason, what are some of the surprising things people might see out there when they're kayaking?
Well, when people come here, mainly they're looking for an experience with killer whales. We also have lots of harbor seals, and every once in a while we get a big surprise when a humpback comes by.
And so the whales is really one of the key themes, and when people call up, they say that's why we want to do it, or do they discover that that's something they can do once they get here?
It's a mix. Yeah, a lot of people do know San Juan Island is a destination for seeing orca whales. And in the same rights, a lot of people show up and they're like, what are we going to see? And when you mention whales, they seem very surprised.
And how close can they get to them?
Oh, well, we try to maintain distance from them. There are regulations that we follow to not disturb the animals. But once we're on the water and they approach us and we're inshore, we do the best we can so they can't have close encounters with these animals.
Right. And you say you also see what other kind of animals out there?
We see everything from harbor seals, stellar sea lions, lots of different seabirds. It's just, every day is different.
Some of the most beautiful waterfront properties in the Pacific Northwest are found right here on San Juan Island. We're going to go into Windermere Realty here and talk to Gary Franklin, who's going to tell us more about it. Well, Gary, obviously when we fly over, we see some great waterfront properties. We also drive by some. Of course, some we can't get to. Tell us about the array and the range of waterfront properties here in San Juan Island.
There's a lot of waterfront properties here, Grant. They range in price from $370,000 on up to $6.5 million. And you're right, a lot of them you can see pretty much only by air. When you're driving around, you'll never be able to see the full spread of the waterfront property without seeing it from the air or from the water.
Right. And how old are some of these older, newer? Is there a range there?
Boy, some of them date back to the early 1900s. They're just vacation cabins that people, mostly in King County, Seattle, have used as their vacation place for years for their family. Some are brand new, and people are building right now on the waterfront. Each part of the island has its own almost ecosystem and little weather patterns. On the north side of the island, it's a little cooler, but you've got a great view of the north of orcas and a lot of ship traffic. On the west side of the island, you'll see more orcas. They go by there a lot. There's more sun down there. Then in the town area, of course, you've got the Friday Harbor. You've got Brown Island or Friday Island right off the ferry landing there. Up at Roche Harbor, there's a ton of boat traffic up there too. So each part of the waterfront of the island will have a different ambiance to it. A lot of people don't understand when you move to an island, it's not just, you don't just have city water and sewer hooked up to your house. A lot of the houses on acreage have their own wells, and you want to make sure the wells are high producing, they're on septic field. People don't generally move up here for their work. They move up here because they make a conscious decision to live in this piece of paradise, actually. A lot of people are retired now. As the King County area, the real estate market comes up there, they're able to sell their home, then they can come up here and buy a second home or their retirement place. If you're a buyer looking for a good deal, there are a lot of good deals here on the island.
San Juan Island offers a wide array of accommodations from camping to luxury penthouse suites. These days, I lean more towards the luxurious lifestyle, so a couple of nights at the Island Inn, Friday Harbor's newest and greenest hotel, sounds perfect. Let's go in and talk to Scott Hale, the Chief Experience Officer. So Scott, tell me about all the different rooms you have here.
Sure. Well, we've got two levels, sea level and sky level. So on the sea level, you've got our Euros and suites. Euros are small, compact guest rooms with a shared space that you'll have a view from the shared space, not from the guest room. Suites are great. They're medium-sized accommodations. They go from 350 up to 550 square feet. They will offer views. Most of them will. And our penthouses start at about 750 square feet and go up to about 1,500. So those will have the best views, beautiful balconies like this one, and also rooftop decks. Guests so far have been amazed, so we're happy about that. The experience has been fantastic, the reception's been warm, and we're just as excited to host them as they are to stay with us.
Thanks for joining me on San Juan Island today. As you can see, it's a fantastic destination any time of year. And be sure to explore more of our website for exciting and interesting stories about life in the Pacific Northwest. Check out our Around the Pacific Northwest magazine. The next issue will be out soon. We love showing you around the Pacific Northwest.